Hey Leo, welcome to the Violet Flora Tarot. This is going to be your monthly reading. We're going to explore a few areas of your life for you. We're going to explore your overall energy, what's around you now, what could be coming in. We're going to explore your love life, your job, money, career, all the good stuff. So let's jump in, Leo. Let's get you a Psychic Tarot Oracle card. We're going to pull 3. For my Leo, what does Leo need to know? What energy is around them right now? Okay, we have discontent and boredom, sacrifice, and base chakra. And then bottom of the deck, we have obstacles and challenges. Yeah, what's going on here? So first and foremost is balancing your base chakra, right? Getting grounded, especially if there's been a lot of like disappointments or chaos around you. It's really like getting quiet within yourself, centering yourself so you can approach problems from a grounded and stable place. Let me do let's pull some tarot cards. Discontent and boredom. Whoop, this came out. The Knight of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so first and foremost, Leo, be careful if you're going through a period of time where you're feeling like bored, like not unfulfilled. Be careful that you're not seeking like short-term pleasures that aren't the healthiest. With the Knight of Wands and the Devil card, be careful that you don't kind of fall into impulsivity and doing things that could, like addictions or just unhealthy behaviors or patterns, or be around like unhealthy people. Let me say discontent and boredom. Maybe this is like discontent and boredom perhaps at work, but I see things looking good with like money. Maybe this is actually an energy of, if you have been going through life telling yourself like, once I have all this money, I'm going to be happy. Once I have this amount of success, I'm going to be happy. Maybe you've reached that success and released and like reached those financial goals. And you're wondering why you're feeling discontent and bored when you've been telling yourself for years that that was going to be the thing that brings happiness and fulfillment, you know? Hey Leo, sorry about that. We're back. Your reading got cut off, but we're going to pick up where we left off. Okay, so the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Cups. So what is this telling me? Historically, if you have thought that a lot of fulfillment was going to come from success and money, I think what you're recognizing is there's a lot more emotional, I dropped the deck. There's a lot more emotional fulfillment that comes from connecting to people that you love, right? Maybe you've disconnected from emotions. Let me pick up these cards. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alrighty. Sacrifice. Let's get a few cards for sacrifice. Why is that there for my Leo? Okay, the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Cups. You get one more. And the Five of Pentacles. Okay, bottom of the deck, Four of Cups reversed. All right, so there have been a lot of things that maybe you feel like you've had to give up. Things that you used to love doing, right? And it's brought you a lot of distress, a lot of worry, a lot of like losing sleep and feeling just kind of like, maybe this is self-abandonment, right? You've made sacrifices maybe for your career. Maybe you had to, right? No judgment. But I think throughout that, like on your path, you may have kind of like lost yourself a little bit and kind of even forgotten what brings you happiness, what you like, who you truly are. Because things like that start off slow, right? We give up this little hobby or that enjoyment, or we skip this social engagement or this get together. And then all of a sudden, like it becomes a lot of things. And we like lose sight of what it is that brings us true fulfillment. Okay, base chakra. Let's get some clarifiers for the base chakra card. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles reversed, the Eight of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so it's interesting because I would say that the King of Pentacles reverse is not very grounded, right? In the beginning, how we said, you know, it's getting grounded, getting clear, and finding your footing, your stability. I think that you're walking away from a lot of chaos, like inner chaos, chaos around you. And with the Page of Pentacles, I think that this is connecting to friends again, you know, remembering your connections, like your genuine connections, like people who truly love you and you truly love. But I think you might have to get grounded first. Especially if you spent a lot of time in your head calculating how you're going to be successful, how you're going to meet certain goals, how you're going to overcome challenges, right? All right, Leo, let's dive into Leo's love life. What is coming in for my single Leo? Single Leos, what do they need to know? What's coming in for them? Ooh, Page of Cups, love. Okay, so there could be potentially new love coming in. Or maybe this is you getting out and dating a little bit. I like that. Two of Wands. You were kind of setting out to find what it is you're looking for. But I think you're doing it in a balanced way. You're slowing down. And even if you tend to be more impulsive in the love department, I think that the Justice card is an indicator to slow down, get grounded, you know, balance your base chakra, and you know, going down the avenues that are more likely to bring in steady and stable partners. Let me get some advice cards for my single Leos. Eight of Wands. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Bottom of the deck, the Ace of Wands, and then the Lovers wanted to show its face. The Eight of Wands and the Ace of Swords. So this could be a message coming in, someone reaching out to you. This is really nice, or like sexual energy, physical energy, like people being really attracted to you, or you finding people who, like, there's mutual attraction. So let's see, is it long term or short term? Ooh, okay, those flew out. I'm going to pick them up. I keep dropping cards. I don't know what it is with this reading, but these cards are sliding all over the place. This is actually too much. I'm not going to take all these cards. But I think that you are looking very attractive to potential suitors. And you might have people reaching out to you, or you might be like really communicating more with potential love interest, you know? The Empress, yeah. You may have gone through a glow up, but people are really drawn to you. And they also might see that you're really successful, but you also might be finding people who want to build with you, who want to grow, who want the real deal. Oh yeah, so the question was, is it long-term or short-term? This has the potential for long-term, I would say. But it's going to be different for everyone, and it's really about like where you're at right now and what it is you're looking for. And also your ability to communicate effectively with potential partners, you know? Communicating about what you want and what you're looking for and not sugarcoating it for anybody. All right. Let's get the involved Leos. Leos who are already involved. What is coming in for them? The Magician. Ooh, Page of Wands. Okay, they all want to come out. All right. Okay, so I think that this is you rejecting toxic ways that maybe you've gone about addressing things within your relationship, things that have brought you a lot of heartache. Maybe this, you know, this is even giving me the energy of you may have had a tendency to project really negative things onto your partner from like past pains, past hurts, And I think like you might be working on healing that to really break free from those chains, that toxicity. Because with the Empress card, this tells me that this connection is like very beautiful. There's a lot of like nurturing energy, maybe true love underneath some of the toxicity, right? Or like repetition, like repetitive things that are painful. I think that you are taking the steps to make it work and to get the healing that you need to achieve, right? With the Temperance card and the Page of Wands. So like emotional growth. So you can kind of release that discontent, that disappointment that you might feel in your relationships. And if you take a step back and look at your history, you may notice certain patterns that happen over and over and over again. Because usually when we see that repetitive pattern, usually we do have to take a look in the mirror, right? With the Moon card, there's things deep down within us that we have to work through. And this is not a blaming energy at all, because both partners have to do the work. Both partners have to show up better. But this is a reading for you, Leo, how you can show up better. But there's definitely opportunities for healing that I think are really, really beautiful. Okay, I'm going to switch decks. Let's get the Dreaming Moons tarot deck. Let's get some career and money energy from my Leos. What does Leo need to know about their career, their job, money, career? Okay, 5 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Moon. Okay. So what I'm getting is, for some, and this might not resonate with everyone, but if you work in an environment or in a field that's very competitive, I think that you have been like really hesitant to connect with other people who do the same thing as you. Because maybe you've come across people who are like jealous or really competitive or who don't have your best interest in mind. And I think, you know, with that 10 of Cups, you're going to start finding like your soul family when it comes to like what you do for work. This could be like customers or clients that you attract in who are really aligned with you. And the work that you're going to be doing with them is really fulfilling. And this is also connecting with colleagues, with people who do what you do for work, who feel like family. I love that. Let's get like money. How's the money flow gonna look for my Leo? Okay, we have the Hermit, the Hierophant, and the High Priestess, and the Knight of Cups. I just got this message. Some of you might be reading up on how to manage your money better with the Knight of Cups. So if you are, I feel like this is, money is looking good, but you might have to just improve like how you manage that. With the Hermit and the Hierophant, I think that you are committing to like spending less and being like maybe a little bit more frugal with money. Because intuitively you might know that the way you've been going about it hasn't been working that well for you. And I think when it comes to reaching out for like help or guidance in this department, you're going to be really using your intuition in terms of like who can truly help you and who's going to be aligned with like your goals, you know? Let's get one more card for money. Queen of Cups. Oh, bottom of the deck, 10 of Pentacles. This is beautiful for money flow. This is like saving for long-term like legacy money, right? And with that Queen of Cups, I think that you might be taking a more compassionate, like I think this is self-compassion, right? Forgiving yourself for maybe ways like mistakes that you've made around money, or, you know, self-forgiveness over doing certain things that didn't bring you the money that you wanted. I think that there's going to be a lot of fulfillment and healing around that area. Okay. Let's get a career and life oracle for my Leo. I'm just going to pull one for Leo. Let's see what needs to come out. Flashback. Interesting. People from the past return. You may work with a previous coworker or take back an old job. You get a second chance. Okay. So with that self-compassion, like maybe you are getting a second chance to make things right. Or maybe there are, like, I don't know if there was someone that maybe you had a falling out with that you might be reuniting with in a positive way. But I see it being positive and helpful. Okay. Ooh. Okay, we have release. 876, let go of old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve you. And your high is good. Embrace freedom in your life. I think you're releasing like harsh self-judgment.